Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Qudash. The one to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Qudash, shalom. Alright, what you say, vocab? That W stay on my page when I was getting 5 and 10,000 of views. I couldn't get rid of that devil. But anyway, 2 children deleted, 17 people hurt in Minnesota church shooting. So let's get into it. Oh, let me turn this up right quick. That's up. Alright, here we go.
Nolan is in the newsroom now with those breaking new details. Conan.
Right, of the 14 students that were injured, they ranged between the ages of 6 and 15. 3 adults were also injured. They're in their 80s. They were parishioners of the Catholic Church where this took place. Police held a news conference just moments ago. They're still reviewing the evidence here. They believe he acted alone. He targeted this church. They're still looking for a motive. Outside what was to have been the 3rd day of school, parents in the agonizing wait to reunite with their children. Among the survivors, 10-year-old Weston Halsney.
I was like 2 seats away from the stained glass windows, so they were the shots were right next to me.
It took place in a house of God. The congregation, predominantly young students from the adjoining elementary school, taking part in the sacrament of Mass at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis. Just minutes into the service, a man dressed in black and heavily armed opened fire through the church windows.
I just ran under the pew, and then I covered my head. My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit.
Maddie Brandt was passing the school when the shooting started.
She called me hysterical, and the first thing she said is, "Mom, I'm safe, but something really bad is happening."
Neighbor Bill Bienman,
I know what gunfire sounds like.
lives 2 blocks away.
I was shocked. I said there's no way that could be gunfire. There was so much of it.
Police arrived moments later and found the gunman dead after having taken his own life, but not before shooting 19 of those inside the church, most of them children.
2 young children, ages 8 and 10, were killed where they sat in the pews. 17 other people were injured, 14 of them being children. 2 of those children are in critical condition.
Police have identified the shooter as Robin Westman, 23 years old. They say Westman was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol. NBC News reporting that Westman had posted videos online that referenced suicide, extremely violent thoughts, and a sketch of a church interior. Police have yet to release a motive. President Trump posting that the FBI responded to the shooting quickly and asking the country to pray with him for everyone involved. Jacob Frey is the mayor of Minneapolis.
And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. These are the sort of basic assurances that every family should have, every step of the day, regardless of where they are in our country.
We're told by the various hospitals that of those who are wounded, they are now expected to live. 4 remain hospitalized currently at Minneapolis' Children's Hospital. 4 others were released. Amy Klobuchar, member of the United States Senate from Minnesota, says that indeed, besides praying for the families, action must be done in Congress regarding high-capacity rifles. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
Alright, before let's see something here. Let me click over here for a minute, because the guy that actually did the shooting.
The season's here.
The guy that actually did the shooting, he did a what they call it? A manifesto. Okay, let me just click on it. Let me see if I find it right quick though. Hold up, y'all. I mean, ain't no sound right there. Let's see something.
Flag outside the White House has been lowered to half staff as the nation mourns 2 children, ages 8 and 10, who were killed in a shooting at the Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis earlier today. The children were sitting with classmates in church pews during a mass. At least 17 others are wounded, 14 of them children as young as 6 years old. We just learned the 3 adult victims are parishioners in their 80s. The Minneapolis police chief just moments ago said all of the injured victims are expected to survive. The school includes students pre-K through 8th grade. This was the first week of school. The mayor of Minneapolis today expressing profound grief and frankly also some anger at the failure of our leaders to take sufficient meaningful action to prevent the continuation of massacres like these in the United States. And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now.
I wonder what his nationality is. Do we have to guess? Let's see something here. Because if it was a so-called black man, his face would have already been on the news, dead or alive. So that's something I wanted to get. Hold on, let me see if I find it real quick. I guess it's not on here then. Because in the beginning of this right here, on the first part of this, there you go. Here it is. It's almost to the end. This is what I wanted to get right here.
Are titled with Westman's full name. The person recording them pages through this handwritten notebook. The notebook describes feelings of self-hatred and wishes to die. And the words, "I'm so sorry," are written in large letters on one page. The notebook also includes a diagram of the inside of a church, which appears to match the layout of Annunciation Catholic Church. The person recording shows themselves stabbing a knife into that drawing of the layout of that church while saying the words, quote, "Ha, nice." Jake, again, piecing together this information, all of it, incredibly disturbing. And again, as I think people have been pointing out since this happened, you see obviously some real clues here as to what a motive could be.
Okay, let me say this here now. Let's get back to this right here now. Let me say this here. Esau has this way of I don't know if it's true or not, but we as the days go on, we're gonna find out whether it's true or not, right? But hey, nothing surprises me, right? Nothing surprises me that Esau Edom is shooting up a gang of people, regardless of whether it was out on the street or in the hood or in the church. Now the curses apply to Esau Edom. They're turning on Esau Edom as well now, right? Look at all of the millions of people that have been dying in the war over there in Russia and Ukraine. All those are Edomites. So it is what it is. The law's work is at hand, regardless. What's that precept I want? It's 2 Timothy, right? 2 Timothy. Could just quote it, but I want something I want. 2 Timothy 3, 2 Timothy verse 3 and 3 and 1, which is this knowing. Excuse me, y'all. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, and can't say it enough. We're definitely in those perilous times. Let me see something real quick. Hold up. 5:15. All right. So I'll put a little short pause there. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, which is Ecclesiastes 3. Actually, at the top. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to what? To every purpose under what? Under heaven. Where's under heaven? Huh? That's earth, y'all. Here on earth. That's a season. This Esau's season of him having rulership of the earth is over with. It's over. So we're going to continue to see perilous times. We're going to continue to see Esau Edom to continue in the mass scale to what? To take out Jake, man. Whether you're whether you're the northern king or the southern tribe, a so-called black, or Hispanic, or native of this land, you're going to be what? You're going to be hit in mass numbers when it comes to Esau, Edom, coming after you. Why is he doing it? To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the sun. I mean, under the heaven, right? A time to be born, a time to what? Die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted. Esau, Edom has been planted in the earth. We've been waiting on this for over 2,000 years, man, to get back in what? Get back in order and come out of this this darkness, which is what we'll call up in over here in Babylon, which is America. Over 2,000 years, man. That's over 2,000 years when Yahweh, who you heavenly called Jesus, walked the earth. So, we've been waiting for a long time. Verse 3. Ecclesiastes 3:3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to what? Build up. And a time to kill is definitely in a time of what? Of people are going to be dying in mass numbers, and it's going to get worse. And a time to heal, as time goes on and people are being put to death, the hopeful elect, which is the 1/3 of the children of Israel, will what? Will keeping faith and keeping confidence in what? That Yahweh is going to give us mercy and save us out of the hands of what? Of our enemies. A time to what? To break down. And most of these people you see in America are what? They're in a state of shock in seeing their what? Their world crumbling. And they're in a state of shock and can't believe it. They can't believe it. And there's time to what? To build up. And all people are going to be built up in what? In the downfall of this wicked queendom is the 1/3 of the children of Israel. They understand the overall effects that have to take place in this place before what? Before the righteous come into what? Into authority, right? Into power of the earth. Because real rulership is what? It's them bending on their knees and bowing to us. Let's drop down to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. All this equals to what? Balance. You can't get around balance, man. This is balance, man. The Lord created all of it, man. And what that is, Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? These things are all of Yahweh Yahweh. And there will be greater works to come that we have not seen with our own eye. We're going to see it. They say, what do you say, 19 people? Well, from where the school, the Catholic school was from, what do you say, pre-K to 8th grade. 19 people shot, 2 deleted, and they was children. And it was the first week of school, y'all, in Minnesota, y'all. I mean Minneapolis, Minnesota, right? And all of the place for it to take place, and where in the place to take place was who? In the Catholic Church, y'all. The holiest of holy that y'all say it is. I'm not laughing about that the children being put to death, but hey, man, these things are what is actually has been prophesied, and we've been telling y'all this here, but y'all been ignoring us. 14 students injured, man, in that church. Right? 3 adults, and they was old people, man. 80 plus years of age. Let it be 80 plus years, man. again, two young students was deleted. But the gunman always did. He saw a coward. He always gonna do what? He gonna take his own life. He ain't gonna let nobody else. He ain't gonna let nobody else take him. Y'all ain't finna take him through no court system. Esau is going on to delete himself. That's what he's known for. He's known for that. Trust and believe. He is known for that. Let's go to Matthew right quick, which is Matthew 24, right? Let's see. I think most of y'all know where I'm going already, right? Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That word waxing cold goes into what? Goes into psychotic behavior. And this is what we're seeing, psychotic behavior. Of the norm is not of the norm. Right? Which is abnormal for what? For someone to walk up in a church, especially a Catholic church, and delete people, man. Over the months, over the days, even they take a long time when there's an Edomite involved. They take a long time to actually give the he got a whole book of writings. They say now. I'm just reporting the story. Don't take everything I say for face value, because what? This could turn out to be what? One of their great hoax. Well, who knows? Well, we're gonna see, right? So it is what it is. But we're definitely in evil times, man. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So we're in those days of what? Of being in psychotic. Esau is a man of sin anyway, man. We've been waiting for this day over 2,000 years, like I said, man, ago. Now we're what? Now we're back witnessing the evil works of who? Of Esau, Edom coming to an end. The prophets are back prophesying and witnessing. Some of the prophets that you see on these street corners are the prophets of old, that have written some of the words that I'm sitting here reading. Yes, reincarnated back here. Might be too deep for a lot of you all, but guess what? This is the truth and the reality of what? Of the scriptures. For those of you who have ears to hear, right? Let me go to Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increases, meaning sins, wicked behavior, right? But the righteous, who is the righteous of today, will be just like in the days of Noah. Only 8 people was righteous enough to be saved in those times. Over here in America, it will only be 144,000 then women and children that were going to be saved out of what? Out of I can't say all 144,000 of men of the elect is over here in America, but I guarantee you most of them are, because this is where the truth is being preached, the loudest and the hardest in what? Over here in Babylon, which is America, which is a perfect place to what? To make that lake of fire what? Be what it is, which is what? That second death. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressive increases, the righteous shall what? Shall see their fall. The fall of who? Their enemies. The righteous are going to see the fall of their enemies. And again, we've been waiting on this here for a long time, y'all. Let's go to Second Esdras. Second Esdras 5. Second Esdras 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, the word tokens goes into what? Signs. And these are what? A portion of the signs that we have preached and told you about, that have what? It is manifesting right before your eyes. The day shall come, right? The day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great numbers. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. As we go, as the days go, and especially, boy, 2026 is going to be a hell of a year. 2026 is going to be a hell of a year. Nevertheless, concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in great number. And the way of truth shall be hidden. And the truth is hidden to most people. Is not the truth hidden to most? Yes, because most would not get it. Look how hard the Israelites fight against this truth more and harder than what the Esau Edom, which is the wicked of the earth. Why? Because they are the one that have been fighting against this truth since in the days of old, man. So they're back doing what? Playing out their role that they have played in the past as well. They're doing the same old thing, man. But Yahweh Shai is gonna what? It's gonna bring an end to all of that wickedness. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. There's no faith. There wasn't no faith in what? When Yahweh Shai came, y'all eagerly called Jesus. Look how many people hated him. So the prophets are back preaching the same gospel that Yahweh Shai preached. Look at how the world hating us. Look at how our own people hating us. All we doing is reading the Bible, reading the scriptures. People actually hates us and putting us on the same level as what? The KKK and many other extremists. Madness, man. But hey, the Lord said that this will come, that this will happen, that they hated me, so they're going to what? They, roughly paraphrasing, that they're going to hate you too as well. So, these are the words that we speak and that we preach and going to continue to preach and going to continue to give that warning to the one that what? That are part of this election to what? To wake up. Verse 2 of 2nd Esdras 5 and verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased. Sins, y'all, wicked behavior, above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. Who? Heard from who long ago? From the prophets, man. Prophecy. Like I stated earlier, we are back. The prophets are back, prophesying the same what? The same method in the same manner that they once did in the past. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. In the land that seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly. That's Babylon. That's America. That whore that sit among many waters, y'all. That's America. America is that whore that in Revelation 17 that speaks concerning that whore. Why you think they got a woman sitting over there in New York in the harbor over there? It's not sitting there for no reason, man. It's sitting there for a reason. This place is spiritually what? Sodom and Gomorrah, man. This place is spiritually Egypt. All of the major captivities of what? Where our people suffer and called hell. America is what? All of those captivities in one. There's no other wickeder place that ever been this wicked, man, than Babylon, which is America, man. Everything is what? Is okay and all right with them. Because why? But you think most of us are going to wake up? Nope. We're not going to wake up. We're going to continue the same wicked behavior. We're going to keep backbiting and fighting against this truth until Yahweh shall come and to what? And destroy you behind. This is 2nd Esdras 14 and verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order. What house? You. Your house, which is you. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. Shake the hand, y'all. Warn the people. Isaiah, what that is? 13, Isaiah 13 and 1, shake the hand, right? Meaning warn the people. Now therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Meaning that goes into what? Give up. Surrender. Resign. Protest against. Protest against what? The wickedness of our people. Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to what? To flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen should be done hereafter. That's right. Greater evils. Jacob's trouble. We're in Jacob's trouble. We are the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, man. And I think 2026 is going to be what? That it's going to definitely spill over. Because they're about to send military in a lot of these major cities. And you know what's going to happen then? The people are going to rebel. There's going to be what? It's going to be death around the earth. Right? Over here in Babylon. It's already over there in the so-called Middle East. Huh? But this is Babylon, America. That people think that what? That's not going anywhere. It's going to get better. I know y'all used to think getting better. You know, Esau, that's what he do to you. But this time it's not going to get better. It's going to get even worse and worse. And then guess what? A lot of you all are not going to wake up until what? Until it's too late. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. It's not going to get better, man. I know y'all want to get better. It's not going to get better. This purpose is for what? The kingdom of heaven. Babylon, America cannot be, the daughter of Babylon cannot be here. Once this place goes, this is when we're going to get the ball rolling, sure enough. Right? For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. For the truth is fled far away. And what? And leasing. And that word leasing goes into what? People what? Teaching a bunch of lies. You even got Israelites teaching a bunch of lies. For the truth is fled far away, and what? And leasing is hard at hand. For now hasteth, meaning what? Meaning move quickly or hurry. Hasteth the what? The vision to come, which thou hast seen. Remember when Yahushua? Remember when they asked Yahushua what that is? Actually, verse 1. When they asked him concerning when will the time come? What do you say? And verse 1. I won't read, but let me read this here since I quoted it. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for what? To show him the building. Now that's over 2,000 years ago, right? That they thought that what? That it was going to be sooner than never, but it's still, this was over 2,000 years ago when Yahushua walked the earth, who y'all ignorantly called Jesus. The buildings of the temple, and Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone another that shall not be what? Be thrown down. Today of America, that's America. This place is going to get it like no other. Verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming? And what? The end of the world, which is this world. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He is the controller of the earth. He is the what? The wicked of the earth. Huh? He is that number one, that Yahweh Shai got that scope on when he returns. Right? So y'all keep calling on Jesus, y'all. Keep calling Jesus. Keep calling on Jesus. When that image in the sky, let's see where you going to point your lips to say Jesus then. You might be zapped in the instant before you even get the J out. Yeah, these powers are coming. Let's go back to, I'm going to close this out. Let's go back to Matthew 24 and verse 30. And it reads, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, Yahweh Shai, who are equally called JC. And then shall all the tribes of the earth moan. That's right. When they say moan, what are they going to be doing? Screaming, moaning. Meaning they're going to be what? Destroyed. Yahweh Shai ain't coming here to pass out on roses. He coming out here to rain death among what? The wicked. The wicked, and the wicked of his people. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth moan. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with what? With power and great glory. That's Yahweh Shai, the angels, the chariots, y'all ignorantly called UFOs. You know, the so-called white man have y'all in that spell, that witchcraft, and y'all believe in what? Just about anything that he comes out of his mouth. Right? You're going to believe anything. This is why you use the madness to backbite against the truth. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the what? The four winds, which is the four corners of the earth. But like I say, most of those, what the elect is coming right out of Babylon, which is America. From one end of heaven to the what? To the other. So when that normal say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokah Kudash, Shalom.